books matter. It's terrific. Hello everyone, it's terrific. How do you do? I've got a neat, what I consider to be a neat book unboxing video to do today from Goldsboro Books out of the United Kingdom. I discovered this bookstore, I guess is what you'd call it. I was looking for Blake Crouch books, and I'd seen somewhere on eBay, probably, somebody posted a copy that looked just like the one I had bought from a UK publisher, but theirs had sprayed edges, it had a signature page, it was numbered, a limited numbered edition, and I said, man, I want one of those. And I looked at the description and it said Goldsboro Books. So I did the Google thing and I come up to a website, Goldsboro Books, and I looked, and sure enough, they have exclusive limited editions that are made for them. Essentially, the trade publisher will make a special one for them with sprayed edges, limited edition, and stuff like that to make it kind of neat. Signed by the author, and I love signed by the author. I love signed books. And so I was excited. I started searching for the books I was looking for on their website, and the particular ones were, of course, long sold out. I missed out. But now I know for the future, sign up for their newsletter, don't miss out, dummy. Me being the dummy, of course, as usual. But they did have a couple of books on there that I was interested in. One, I actually ordered two. One was a pre-order, which I'll get one of these days. I don't think it's been published yet. But one of them was called Shadow of the Sith. It's a Star Wars novel. And looking at the cover, I was excited because it had Luke Skywalker and Lando Calrissian. And I'm a fan. I was born in the mid-70s. I grew up in the 80s. And I grew up in the 80s. Star Wars was a big deal. I had the action figures. We played everything on Earth would be a lightsaber at sometimes. Sometimes you're Luke, sometimes you're Han. I was more of a Han guy. Sometimes you're Darth Vader, but you're going to be playing those games all the time, Jedi games. And then later on, I'd say early 20s, my mom sent me a stack of books, and one of them was this one right here. It was the first Star Wars book that I ever read. And this one, I loved it so much, I became a big fan of the book. So, Vector Prime, The New Jedi Order. This was, like I said, the first Star Wars book I ever read, and I loved it. I love it. Phenomenal book. Strongly recommend. But, fast forward to Shadow of the Sith. It looked neat. I didn't know anything about the book. It was signed by the author, Adam Christopher, and I didn't know anything about the author, Adam Christopher. But they were offering a signed limited edition, numbered to 1,000, signed by the author with the sprayed edges and all that stuff. And they looked really cool, so I figured I better get one. Get one now, figure out if I like it later on. It was one of those things I didn't know how quickly it would sell or whatever. But get it coming my way so I could have one in stock. Have one for my shelves. And then reading a little bit further, it became even more interesting to me. A story set between the movies Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. There's a big gap in there with a lot of room for stories. So just reading a little bit about the bio of the book. I wanted to get it. I wanted to read it. Here it is. I think I ordered it on August the 2nd, somewhere around there. Got it in the mail on August the 19th. So it took just barely more than 2 weeks from the United Kingdom to Central Florida. So not bad. Not bad at all. The shipping wasn't too bad either. Let's open it up, take a look, see how sweet it is. How sweet. Don't sing. All right, so here's the packaging. An oversized box is nice. This one didn't take too much abuse, but it feels padded. I don't feel clunking and stuff like that like you get with some of these folks who just stick a book in a box and send it your way hoping for the best. Which is nice. So I'm excited. I like my books to be in good shape. So I'm excited to see how well it came. Get it open. Take a look. They're numbered to 1,000. And since I found out about them, I've added one or two to my collection already, and they are individually numbered, and kind of neat signature page. The books look nice on the shelf, so it's in this oversized box wrapped in bubble wrap. Their website, I think their website describes their packaging and stuff. Somewhere I read that they packed their stuff pretty good. It might have been on their website, which they did. Well protected. It would have taken some abuse, but fortunately for me, it didn't seem to take much abuse. Right off the bat, immediately, that's a thick book, bigger than I expected. And the dust jacket, I'll show you the dust jacket in a minute, is wrapped in Mylar. And the artwork on the cover, which I'd already seen on their website, is awesome. Looks good. Honestly, between signed and limited, the publisher's limited edition stuff and that's what sold me on the book. I read about it afterwards, honestly. But I'm excited about this one. It looks really good. The sprayed page edges sure add a lot of character to the book. I like that touch. And it's a neat thing that they add for their limited editions. Now, before I get any farther, let's take this dust jacket off. Let's see what the front and the back and everything else looks like. There's our dust jacket, artwork on the front and the back. And as you can see, the dust jacket's protected in this Mylar clear plastic type of a protection, which is something I add to my books, dust jackets anyway. But it's nice when somebody does it for me. It's just less effort that I've got to put in at the end of the day to get the book ready. So here's the cover. Now this book was published by Del Rey. It is truly a trade edition. You can see the binding there. It's a lightweight. So it's a trade edition book with a couple of additional neat touches to it. Exclusive to Goldsboro Books, and it's a limited edition version. But this book appears to be absolutely perfect. No dings on the corners. The spine ends aren't bent over for me prematurely and all that stuff. So very nice. The end spray, I don't see any scratches or scuffs on it, which is easy to do when you got sprayed at page ends. Anything will damage it, and it shows up really well. So it's a trade edition, blank white end papers. Let's see a little bit of Star Wars artwork there. I'm looking for our limitation page. Mine is hand numbered. The last ones I got from Goldsboro or Macmillan published, I think. So maybe the publisher makes the limitation pages. But this one is hand numbered, 860 of 1000. And like I said before, signed by the author, Adam Christopher. Nice limitation. I like limited edition signed books. As far as artwork goes, I wouldn't expect much. This is a first edition, first print copy of the book. So I think, in my opinion, that might make it even more desirable as a limited edition, being the first edition, first print. At least it is for my sake. And we got the timeline of novels, which tends to be somehow represented in all of the Star Wars books that I've handled. Kind of, if you follow the Star Wars stories, there's a bunch of them, and it's tough and important, but not always easy to keep track of which one falls in where. So the maps do help, the timelines do help, and I don't see any type of interior illustrations in here, which was to be expected, knowing what I know. There is our page, our font size. Sometimes I'll have people really wanting to know that if they're going to be reading this book. They want to know, can they see it or not? So the font, I'd say, is more normal in size. Nothing large, nothing too small. And no interior illustrations. But a good-looking book. A great-looking book. A nice addition to my collection. The price wasn't too bad. From the UK, shipped in all, I can't remember exactly now, but I think it was all in the $40 US range. Of course, you're paying in quid, pounds, whatever they call the money there. but it came to me, I want to say right around 40 bucks delivered. I ordered 2 books. The other one I don't think has been published yet. I'll show it to you when I get around to it. But this one was neat, and it was a neat surprise because I didn't even know it existed until I found it on their website. And now that I found it on their website, I got to keep an eye out. See if there's more. When more come out, I want to add them to the collection. But that's all the lies I can think of to tell about this particular edition. Thank you for your time. You get a chance, you have any interest at all, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I truly appreciate it. C'est la vie, baby. Doo-doo.